Gender-based violence continues to plague South Africa. In the most recent case, a young woman by the name of Asiphe Nqoloba in Langa was found raped and murdered, allegedly by her ex-boyfriend. The community responded by taking matters into their own hands by assaulting the alleged perpetrator and setting him alight. Residents have told police not to intervene as they are gearing up to take a stand against such crimes. eNCA's Ronald Masinda has more on that story and joins us now for an update from that situation. So I imagine the situation to be quite tense in that area then, Ronald. A community fed up with the violence that is perpetrated against women in the area, but at the same time also engaging, as it seems, in acts of vigilantism.
Because, I mean, this has become so rife, the gender-based violence. Even last night, we are also hearing a report of a woman that was gunned down just across the road from where we are. But this is where, basically, where Asiphe's lifeless body was found. It is near this canal in Langa. We were told that she didn't want to be with this man who has been terrorizing her for a while. So much so to us that Asiphe and her cousin, they also opened a case trying to not get this individual near her with the police. It seems as if this man took matters into his own hands and killing Asiphe, stabbing her several times. And then the community really turned things around, saying that, you know, they've had enough of such behavior. It's a community that's behind me. A lot of people here, women saying that, you know, they can only be out there for themselves to protect themselves because they feel that police simply not doing enough in this area. I'm joined by a couple of guests. I'm joined by the cousin of Asiphe. Sisi, thank you so much for your time. Siyabulela ixesha lakho. Kasixelele nje inkcukacha baqhubeke ntona.
Into ka-Asiphe yenzeke ngomgqibelo xa bene nomnye umfana esibena elalini, so ya right, sathetha nabo ba right. After ke ngoku kwathiwa makahambe ayolala, wathonya umfana uzamkhapha, then wabe ehamba naye ex-boyfriend ambemkhapha bayolala. Uba kukhiye bani asazi, but uyawakwazi ex-boyfriend amphinde ibuyele phaya ifike edlwengule uAsiphe amqhaqhe ngebhoso. After igqibe lonto wahamba wamtyatha wazomlahla apha emlanjeni.
Abahlali bayazi njani ba ngumbulali kaAsiphe lo?
Siyile epolice station samkhangela uAsiphe asamfumana, sihamba naye nombulali lo ngose police station. Wabe busy umbulali exela uba kuzobanjwa iboyfriend kaAsiphe kunye nalomfana ebeqabene noAsiphe ngoba i-ex-boyfriend amthathe ibhoso yalinyengeza kulomfana ebeqabene noAsiphe emnyango. Salifumana phaya ibhoso.
Yima uthi lo mntu enikrokrela uba ubulela Asiphe beyaye nani police station?
Beye nathi police station wabehambe ethetha apha endleleni uba kuzobanjwa iboyfriend kaAsiphe kunye nalomfana ebeqabene noAsiphe.
Beyithethela ntoni loo nto, bezulisa?
Ndicinga uba bezulisa tata because ufe wazithethela nje loo nto le nguye osithathe eday khosile nomjonga eday ekliniki. Yanguye osithathayo uba masiyomjonga kwalo mfana ebeqabene naye.
Okay. That was Lwandiswa Ngubinkomo telling us a very strange sequence of events here to us because when they reported Asiphe missing, they went to the police station and this alleged perpetrator accompanied the community there pretending that he knew nothing about this gruesome murder. I am joined now by the local ward councillor to tell us more about the situation on the ground. Tata Sabulele xesha lakho ngicela usondele kancinci. Sizivile sibavile abahlali nabo kudala bekhalaza abahlali. Nina as ward councillors nithini ngezikhalazo zabo ngoba nyani ke nento yabantu bababulale abahlali babulala abantu nayo ke ayinokwazi ivunyelwe.
I-problem thina singoceba amandla wethu as much as basikufitshane ehulumendeni kwabantu, amandla wethu ahambe ubone baphelile. Umzekelo ayo incident yokuqala le yenzekayo apha since the ward councillor ziyi-3 ubandibala kakuhle including leya last night. Yinto leyo esingayikhuthaziyo even the mob justice, but because abantu sometimes baphelelwa lithemba kubantu bekufanele uba bayabanceda ngengxaki ezifana nezi, that is amapolisa nje gabalala, ithembe bahlalini liye liphele. Asikhuthaze as well into okubana bathathele umthetho ezandleni zabo, nophelelwa kwethemba kubo fanele kuba kubekho isolution kuloo nto leyo, kungasonga izandla kuba kukho nalento emapoliseni kuthiwe up until ixesha elithile and then ungamreport umuntu omisishekileyo, then bekufanele uba nayo loo nto leyo iqwalaselwe ijonge into okokubana xa kuthiwa umuntu ulahleke ngoku zeziphi into bekufanele uba ziyenziwa sisipolisa gabalala.
Ngovalelisa ikhona noko into eyenziweyo amapolisa ne-forensics ngoba sisabona igazi phana, sisabona noko i-evidence binosetyenziswa kule case.
Yes, i-forensic iye yafika as uba kuqhela ukwenzeka, yathatha imzimba yahamba nayo. So siye singazazi ke into okokubana ezi zinto singabahlali ba zithatha ixesha lazo ukuthi ziphume, like uyazi uba ngubani owenze into ethile, ngubani owenze into ethile. Yes, fikile i-forensic. Yes.
All right, to us, that was the ward councillor. It's important to note that they are from an area just behind us called the Sanitizers, the Sanitizer community. It's one of a number of communities named during the pandemic. Many people live in close proximity to each other, and looking at just some of the stuff that we saw on the crime scene, it was virtually impossible to have someone escaping, even if we would assume that Asiphe was trying to run away from a perpetrator, because there's so many informal settlements close to each other, and many people who say that they were eyewitnesses say that they knew for a fact that the perpetrator was indeed the male who killed Asiphe. We will try and get more details surrounding this whole incident, because there's so many unanswered questions. How did this alleged perpetrator even get close to the family when they went to the police station to report the matter? And what we do understand coming from Asiphe's cousin is that they lived together, and this man used to terrorize Asiphe. That's even despite us being told that Asiphe's actual boyfriend is also here in and among the crowd. So people here really up in arms, saying that they've had enough of empty promises. We know that Langa has been an area where people have complained for many years about the lack of police visibility, so much so that they've lauded the success of the patrollers here in Langa, who've also assisted communities like the one here in Sanitizer with a lot of the crime. But it seems like gender-based violence is a crime that is not willing to go away anytime soon here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. And Ronald, I think the trauma and the shock of the community members is etched on their faces. Even as we look at them standing there behind you, we can tell just how traumatized they are by the incidents that have been taking place in that area of Langa. That's eNCA's Ronald Masinda there with that update for you. Well, if the confidence in the law enforcement is being chipped away, the whole edifice of the rule of law is also being eroded, right? To use the words of Dunstan Mlambo, President Dunstan Mlambo. It's crumbling stone by stone. For as long as people don't believe that the police are able to protect them, it's what you see, that the edifice of the rule of law is crumbling stone by stone. Hopefully someone at some point will wake up to it and take decisive action. By the way, the President's State of the Nation address is being debated in Parliament, at the City Hall in Cape Town. And these are some of the matters really that are being brought to the fore, whether or not it responded adequately to the insecurity situation we face in this country.